When EasyAs accounting software was first designed almost a decade ago, it was designed to be used as a back office program on a single PC. However, times have changed and our workforce has become more mobile. So today we have more and more people wanting to use EasyAs on a main PC and on a laptop that they take out in the field. They are not limited to this list, but some of them are hairdressers, motor mechanics, computer support staff that go out on site, go to people's homes or businesses. We also have the traditional building industry such as carpenters, plumbers, building contractors that are also utilising the facilities of mobile and having their laptops on site to be able to provide invoices and quotes, etc. to their clients as needed. However, we must remember that EasyAs was first designed for a single PC installation, which is still your typical business user. Most small businesses are mums and dads earning a crust, wanting to put food on the table for their families, for themselves. Let's say, for example, I'm a mobile mechanic and I have a laptop that I take out in my van with a little printer that I like to print my invoices to my clients as I repair their motor vehicle. What would happen is I'd be at home with my main computer with EasyAs installed on there. Then if I install EasyAs on a laptop and I go out in the field and issue an invoice, I would end up with two sets of data files. The problem with these data files is there is no way to combine them. There is no way for you to import or to combine the invoices and quotes that you create in the field and to combine them with the data files on your main computer. It's not designed for that. It's not designed for a networking environment. So, how can we use EasyAs in a mobile workplace? Simple. DropBox.com. DropBox is a third-party facility, has nothing to do with EasyAs. However, since DropBox came on the scene, we have seen many clients who are using DropBox with EasyAs. And because of their success, we are now able to produce a process for you by which that you might be able to use DropBox yourself. So what is DropBox? DropBox is a secure location on the internet where you create an account with Dropbox.com and you can then upload files into Dropbox and share them files amongst your computers, and you can even share files to friends and family. So with EasyAs we can utilize this facility. What this means is that you might have EasyAs installed on your main computer and you've updated some expense items. What happens is that Dropbox works and looks at your main computer because you have Dropbox installed, a particular Dropbox program becomes installed on your main computer. So it talks to the internet and it talks to the Dropbox location in your private section on the internet and it says, hang on, you've just updated the EasyAs files, we'd better update Dropbox with that new information. So it updates Dropbox. What happens next is your laptop talks to Dropbox and Dropbox says, hey, look, we've got a new update. The files have changed and it then downloads those files to your laptop. So what happens is both your computer, your main computer and your laptop end up with the same data files. You don't have to combine anything because they're working in the same files. So when you issue an invoice out on site, the reverse can happen. Dropbox talks to the Dropbox facility on the internet, talks to the Dropbox program on your computer and says, hang on, the EasyAs data files have now changed again. So it then uploads that new changed files to Dropbox. So what happens next is your computer talks back to Dropbox and says, hang on, I don't have those files either. So then it downloads them to your computer. So what happens is you end up with a natural flow where both your computers are up to date all the time. So what is actually happening? Dropbox acts like the boss. It is in control of everything, and as such it is constantly checking to see if its files are older than the files on the computers. The main Dropbox facility is located on the internet and maintains copies of your files. There are actually copies on the internet and copies on your computers. So in the end, if you're running two computers, you actually end up with files in three locations that are identical to each other. But the cool part about all this is, once you set up Dropbox, it is able to take care of all the maintenance of all three locations for you. You don't have to manually copy stuff because it's doing it automatically for you. So, what are the pitfalls with Dropbox? Are there any pitfalls? There is one main issue to be aware of. You cannot use the EasyAs accounting software on the main PC and on the laptop at the same time, as this can create a problem with having two different sets of data files, which is very similar to the problem we had to start with. What this means is, let's say for example, last night you entered some expense items on your computer at home. The next day you go to work, you haven't turned your laptop on, and let's say for example your laptop does not have internet access whilst you're at work. It only has internet access at home because you use a router. So because you take your laptop to work and you didn't update it before you left in the morning, if you are at work and you create a couple of invoices to your clients, you've got two different sets of information. You didn't update it last night, and an update was as simple as turning your laptop on and letting Dropbox talk to each other. You don't have to do it, it takes care of it. So when you come back home and you turn your laptop back on and connect it to the internet, Dropbox finds two different sets of files on both computers are different. It doesn't know what to do. There's the confusion. So you end up with a scenario like this. You've got both computers on the internet at the same time. Your main computer is trying to upload to Dropbox. It's trying to download to your laptop. But then at the same time, your laptop's trying to upload to Dropbox and trying to download to the main PC. And you end up with data collision and data corruption. So for the most part, we know 99% of the time you're not going to be doing that. So remember, Dropbox works because it looks at what the date is on the file and what's the oldest files in use. And if one computer already has those files, it doesn't need to copy them to it. So the moment you access the files and you change them, it instantly sees that and it tries to update the other computer. So as long as you are using one computer at a time, if you're using this main computer, and even if you're sitting in your office at home and you're not using your laptop and it's just sitting there next to you and it's sitting on, it will update instantly. You use your main computer, Dropbox notices that the files have changed, it uploads those files to the internet, overriding the version that it's already got, and then it quickly updates that to your laptop. So 20 minutes later, if you walk out of the home to go to a job, you pick up your laptop, it's already up to date. It's got the identical files. So now that you have a bit of an understanding of what this is all about, let's take a closer look at what's going on. And the best way for me to do this is to begin from scratch. I'm going to install and set up a Dropbox location, and I'm going to take you through how I do this, so you get a complete overview of me using Dropbox. But before I do this, I want you to know that there are 6 steps to complete the whole process of setting up Dropbox and being able to use it with the EasyAs software. So keep in mind and know that just understanding one step and jumping ahead is not going to be of any use. You really need to take the time and go over all the steps. But I'm going to guide you through each step, and best of all, each step only takes about 5 to 10 minutes. It actually takes less than that, but the videos themselves do take about 5 to 10 minutes because I'm going to explain everything step by step. Once you've gone through this, once you've done this once, you're never going to have to do it again. Because once it's set up and you're using Dropbox, you become familiar with how it works, you will see that life truly does change now that you have access to Dropbox. So just briefly, what are the 6 steps? Step 1 is setting up Dropbox on your main PC and your laptop, and of course, setting up an account on the internet. Step 2 involves updating Dropbox with your EasyAs files. Step 3 is relinking EasyAs accounting software with the data files. Step 4 is installing EasyAs on the laptop and deleting any new files that EasyAs installs, any new data files that is. Step 5 is ensuring that Lockbox has updated the data files to your laptop, and Step 6 is relinking the EasyAs data files on your laptop. This sounds very complicated, doesn't it? But in the end, it is really simple, folks. And some of this is just reproduced, because if you have a look here, step 3 is identical to step 6, except we're doing it on the main computer, then we have to do it on the laptop. So some of these steps are doubled up. In step 5, for example, all you're doing is checking that the file is downloaded to the computer from Dropbox. One click. Oh, yes, they did it. So whilst it sounds like there's a lot of work to do, some of it's repetitious and it's really easy, and I'm going to talk you through it.